Hey YouTube, it's Diamond Go here, coming at you with a deck profile of Burning Abyss. It's a deck that I've been practicing with recently. I'm going to be taking it to my upcoming regionals. It's for the most part, it's pretty standard. Has a few differences, but I'll explain it when we get to it. I'll try and be pretty quick. BLS, pretty standard. Three tour guide cards, insane in this deck. 3 Graph, the best one of the BAs. 3 Scum, card's really good. 3 Seer, not the best to open, but it's really good. Works really well with Dante and Virgil. 3 Rubik, not 2. I've seen a lot of people play 2 with the new BAs coming out. I think 3 is pretty still needed to go into that Virgil. I like the fact that it's I like the fact that it has no drawbacks. Like, you can just special summon it. It's got no effects, so it kind of makes you feel like you're not wasting one of your really good BA monsters' effects. So it's really cool. 2 Farfa, not 3. 3, in my opinion, clogs. I think that 2 is pretty good. It's better than Alec. It's an out to winder. This card's just really good. A very good OTK potential. Can get around cards like Construct, so you can swing for game. I love it. Cow Cub. It's a really good card to mill. I feel like it's better than Kagna to mill. Being able to just bounce a back row. Your opponent either has to chain it or just let it go through, and sometimes that can help you a lot in the game. Libic, this card's really good. Only at 1 though. I think that because you can search it out with you just need it for like Foolish and for tour guide plays. But if you have a dead tour guide, this card is really good when if you draw it and you normal summon it, it dies. You can special summon any other BA and its effects negate, and you can go into Dante or whatever. So this card plays around the dead tour guide. It also is really good for going for OTKs when you have like Graph and Seer in hand, so helps those hands out. With Foolish, of course. It's also really good to play around Flying Sea, games 2 and 3. This card can special summon Rubik from hand, and you can go into Virgil with their Flying Sea, so that's really cool. 3 MST. With Cliff Forts and Satella Knights, this card's really, really insane. I like it in the BA matchup too. It forces out their Fire Lake and Phoenix Wingblast and things like that. So it's just a good card. I don't think it should be run any less than 3 at the moment. 3 Upstart essentially makes this deck 37 cards, which is really good because it's a combo deck, so it gets you into those combo pieces and increases your chance of opening more than 1 BA. 2 Rank Up, a little bit different than most decks. Most decks don't even run this card anymore. I just think Plays is such a power card. Really good against Shadows, really good against the Mirror Match. It's pretty good against Cliff Forts. This card can be extremely good against the Tellarknights as well in certain scenarios. It's just I run 2 so you can see it more often. You can mill it because you can add this from grave, so it has really good synergy with the deck. I really like it. 2 Enemy Controller. This card's really good. With Cliff Forts being really popular, this card's just gotten a whole lot better. Plus, with Satella Knights and Diamond, you need an out to that. This has so many uses. It's an out to Diamond. It's an out to Winder. It's really good against Cliff Forts to steal their large monster and attack for game. Like, I've stolen Stealth. I've stolen Shell. It's a really good card. It's also really good against the Mirror Match too. So this is all round good card. I wouldn't run 3 because of Clog, and because I run Upstart, I don't think you need the 3rd. But Enemy Controller, really, really solid card. Night Beam, pretty much your 4th MST. This card is better than MST in a lot of scenarios. Like in a Mirror Match, you can pretty much Night Beam a Fire Lake and they can't do anything about it. It's good against the Tellarknights because they can't chain their Call the Horned to it. So yeah, this card's good. For anyone who's in America, in Australia or in Europe, we have a different ruling that if you MST a Call of the Haunted, they can chain it, bring back Altair or Deneb, and get their effects. I don't technically agree with it. I think it should be the same as the American ruling. I think that the card has to remain on the field, but yeah, as long as it meets its conditions, the effect can happen. So that's, yeah, oh well. Soul Charge. This is an awkward card. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I just feel like you really need it against the mirror match, and it's also pretty good against the Talonites and Clifforts, but yeah, it's just an awkward card. When you go this, you pretty much have to make a Virgil if you're trying to respond to a field. Like if you're trying to respond to an established field, you're gonna have to make Virgil or something to make your play worthwhile. If you can't do that, I just don't think this card's worth playing at that time. It's a good comeback card, that's pretty good, but yeah, I just think it's just one of those cards that there's probably better things to run. It's really good first turn, I guess. That's always a plus. Foolish Burial, one of the best spell cards in the deck. It's a really good combo piece. It advances your game state a lot. Love the card. Traps. 3 Wing Blast. I don't think I would cut this down to 2 at all. This card's really versatile. A little bit more versatile than Karma Cut, but in some ways not as good. Karma Cut, this card's really good against Clifforts and Satellanites and Shadows and everything. This card is in a lot of ways better than Phoenix Wing, but it's not as versatile and it's a little bit more situational. But most of the time they're going to have a monster eventually, and so yeah, this card's good. 2 Firelake, not 3. I think 3. You can, if this deck draws too many traps, you're gonna lose. It's just really not good to have too many traps. Like 2 traps and a double Dante or a Dante Scam is pretty secure. So I think like Firelake gives you the odds to draw it still, so it's not a one-off, so you're going to still see it, and you're still going to draw it in opening hands sometimes, especially when you run triple upstart. I just don't think it's as good against Shadows and the mirror match to warrant running 3. So that's the main deck. It's 40 cards, 37 if you count the upstarts. Extra deck is 3 Dante, which you could run more, but oh well. That's Yu-Gi-Oh! 2 Downed, this card's really good. 2 Virgil, don't always need a second, but if they Karma Cut or Bottomless your first one, the second one can come up. Giga Brilliant, combo card to get over Leo and big monsters. Can be good against Clifforts, because you can make your Dantes and all your Virgils 28, which is kind of good. I don't usually go into this that often. It's just one of those cards that you feel like you have to run. Alucard, only 1. I never make the second. I just feel like there's better cards to make. But Alucard's really good against Shadows. And yeah, it's good to get rid of back row, but I really like this card's like really good against Shadows to pop the face down Falco and things like that. Nightmare Shark, only 1. I never go into the second. I just think that the decks are just way too fast to ever warrant going into a second Nightmare Shark. You're just never going to do it. Acid Golem, this card's really good with Skill Drain, and it's good for the OTK. 10 Tempo, this card's good. Probably going to change it out for an M7. I'm going to put M7 in this deck. So it's either this card or this card that I'm going to take out. At the moment, the card that I can probably do without the most is this card. But this card's pretty good because it allows you to not make Acid Golem when you're doing plays. So that's cool. Pleiades, this card's needed for the Ren Cup. You need 2 because it does come up, like not often, but it does, because you can add back it from the graves, like add rank up from the grave, so you can go into Pleiades more than, you can make it more than twice, but you really only make it twice. For the side deck, it's pretty rough at the moment. I'll probably change it, but at the moment it's 3 Maxi, good against the Tellers and kind of Shaddolls, and mainly the Mirror. Veiler, good against the Mirror, mainly good against Satellarknights though, just the 15th card. 3 Twister, better than Fairy Wind in my opinion. Most Qliphort decks aren't siding Shadow Mirror anymore. Well, in my area they aren't. So Twister is really good because it doesn't hit the sacrifice, and you can pretty much just get rid of the scale and it stuffs them up. So it's a good card. This is a little bit different. Snatch Steel, Hidden Armory, and Magnum Shield. The point of this is that you have Snatch Steel and you have Magnum Shield, and Hidden Armory counts as a second one of each of your choice. It's really good against these are really good against the Mirror Match, because you can take their Dante. All 3 is really good against Qliphorts, because this is an out to towers. If you don't know what it does, I'll try and zoom in. That's not working. You equip it to Dante, it goes to 5,000 attack if you use Dante's effect. So you can attack over towers pretty easily. With Dante not using its effect, it's 3,500 attack when it's in attack position, and it's 3,500 defense when it's in defense position. Yeah, I like these cards. Mainly testing this. I just think you need at least 1 out to towers. People play it, so yeah. Defusion against Shaddolls, pretty good card. Geometry against the Mirror. This card's really good, really good. A lot of people just don't know how to out this card. Like, I've versed players that don't even attack with a Geometry, or you can make it so that if they attack with a Geometry, they're going to lose. Like, if they suicide the tokens, they're going to lose. So plays like that is really cool. But this is really good against the Mirror Match. Whoever pretty much sees this first essentially wins. A lot better than Flying Sea against the Mirror Match. And the last card, Fire Lake. This is for the Rogue matches. It's good against Satellarknights and Qliphorts. And that's it, guys. So yeah, don't forget to rate and subscribe. I think it's, yeah, like and subscribe. I'll be making more videos soon. I just thought I'd put this out there. Tell me what you think. It's probably not the best BA build out there. I like it though. It's been working pretty well. I like the ratios. And yeah, our meta down here is a lot different. There's a lot of Satellas and Qliphorts. Hardly any mirror matches or like any other BA decks. Like there are, but just not as much as Satellarknight. That deck's crazy popular for who knows reason. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.